Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Garden Warfare 2 Mythbusters. In this series I check out a whole bunch of Garden Warfare 2 myths suggested by you guys. In these videos I test your Plants vs Zombies theories to discover whether they are fact or fiction. If you have any other myths you would like busting, leave a suggestion in the comments below and it may be featured in the next video. The first myth today comes from Dominiak, who said, "You can't block a super guided ultra ball with Citron's mood shield, it goes right through it, but you can block it with the regular one." Now this of course was a very simple test involving Super Brains and Citron standing opposite one another, Super Brains activating his ability and Citron doing his best to block it with his shield. So I started off with the regular peel shield to see how that would hold up. And as the myth described, Citron's peel shield successfully blocked the attack. Moving on to the mood shield, which up until today I thought was called the moon shield, I also decided to change to Electro Citron to make it clear we were using a different ability. Setup the same as before, let's watch what happens. Unfortunately, this myth is busted. Both Citron's peel and mood shield can block the super guided ultra ball. I did try this a couple of times to be sure. Next up we have a myth from Toxic Spore. A rock pea shooter can survive a direct ZPG hit if it has the health upgrade and is using P Gatling. Now according to the PvZ wiki, the ZPG does a whopping 300 damage on direct hit, so as you can see a regular pea shooter and a lot of other plants don't stand a chance. However, rock pea has more health than all other pea shooters, starting at 150, and if you apply the health upgrade you get an additional 10 HP, totaling at 160 base health. Add on the P Gatling ability for additional armor, this is what happens. So there you are, this myth was in fact true. Rock P can survive a direct hit from a ZPG if the health upgrade is applied and Gatling P is used. Rock P is left with 2 HP in total. Moving over to the next myth, which was sent in by TheCrazy AllStar202. Regular All-Star actually does 10 damage and not 9 when the damage upgrade is equipped. So I actually misunderstood this myth initially, and on my original tests I thought this myth was completely busted. Now typically regular All-Star without any upgrades does between 7 and 8 damage, as you can see here. When you apply the damage upgrade though, he does between 8 and 9 damage. Now obviously the myth says All-Star does 10 damage, but from the numbers on screen All-Star is apparently doing a maximum of 9. So originally I left it there. But after having an epiphany, I realised that I was testing incorrectly. So even though the damage output is saying 9 damage on a critical hit, this actually isn't the case, as you can see here. Even though the number on screen says 9, Colonel Corn's health has actually gone down 10 points from 150 to 140, proving that this myth is true. The damage does seem to fluctuate between 9 and 10, but it is clear that All-Star's critical hits can do 10 damage per shot. Myth number 4 was from TonKidNey, who said, "When playing as a foot soldier, if a chomper attempts to eat you from behind, not burrow, you can use rocket leap or rocket jump to escape its jaws." As with the other tests, this required 2 players, and on the first couple of tests I couldn't even get Foot Soldier's rocket ability to activate. However, if you press the rocket leap or rocket jump button immediately when Chomper begins to eat you, this happens. So yes, sadly this myth is busted. Whilst the ability activates and the animation somewhat plays, Chomper's jaws are apparently too powerful for even a rocket to escape. The final myth we have today is both armoured and bling heal stations can protect zombies from Chomper's burrow by standing on them. The original heal station cannot. Another really great suggestion, and if proved true, it could be extremely useful in many Chomper related situations. The testing of this was of course threefold, and I started off with the regular heal station. After failing miserably a number of times to just jump on top of it, I managed to do it, and as it was foretold, this heal station does not protect zombies from the Chomper's wrath. Next up was the armored heal station, which I found even more stressful trying to jump on as it has the sound that ticks away in the background. After finally getting on top of this, you can see Chomper cannot burrow me. I'm perfectly safe on the armored heal station. And finally, as you'd expect, since the blink heal station is basically the same thing with just a slightly different texture and model, this also protects you from Chomper's burrow. This myth was true. So there you are guys, another 5 Garden Warfare 2 myths successfully busted. Thank you to everyone for their suggestions. If you have any other myth ideas, let me know in the comments below and it might get featured next time. But other than that, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, turn on notifications, and if you want to support the channel further, check out my Patreon page by clicking on screen now or through the link in the description. Okay, thanks guys, bye.